feasible that they could have had 40 killed the first morning, but it didn't work out that way.
400 hunters chosen, I'm sorry, for the black bear hunt, and then
I
40
misread it.
killed.
It don't say down that she was the ninth one. Or I seen somewhere it said she was the ninth one.
Yeah.
Season ends October 27th. Yep, 40 bears.
Yep, or if 40 bears are killed
Well,
before.
there's the bear she got.
Yeah. That one, the guy,
268 pound male.
the one the guy killed in Shannon County down there was pretty big. They had paws on him, and he looked like he was about that wide and tall.
They usually post every one of them.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Am I in trouble, sure?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
4 days, as of 4 days ago, 7 bears have been harvested. So she was the ninth one, or the eighth. That bear right there. That was
What's
the one
this
that
about you
day
being in
got-
trouble?
Yeah.
Obviously, some kind of joke.
Just,
Yeah. I don't do anything to get in trouble anymore.
That's a good, but considering what you do for a living, you better not.
You see that big old buck someone shot from the road? Conservation got. They're trying to get
Yeah.
liens on it.
Where's that?
That was in,
Well,
Clinton
idle
County.
hands on the devil's playground.
That was up in this stomping ground, Clinton County.
Most people cause trouble do it because they got too much time in their hands.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think so.
That's my problem.
I think so.
Is there an implication there?
I think so.
But the funniest thing ever is when they took all them mountain lions, them commissioners trapped the male and
Believe me, I
female,
get
and
it.
they took them to Shannon County, let them go, where they let go all the elk. After they spent over $1 million letting go elk down there and trying to build up the elk population. Then they took the mountain lions in and they captured them. That made no sense to me.
And they spent, we don't know. We tried to get the director of MDC to tell us how many million they spent, but he would never tell.
They keep
us.
saying $1 million, they spent more than
It's more like
You're
five.
gonna get less
that. Well, at the
information
commissioners'
off of it.
conference, in our February conference that year, we was up there, and two commissioners, one was out of Crawford County, one was out of some county up by Warsaw. Clinton,
Oh.
Missouri, around Clinton, Missouri, Henry County. They both trapped one and called conservation, said, we don't have them here. And he goes, well, where do you want me to release this? It's in the back of my truck in a cage. Well, where are you at? At the courthouse. He goes down there, conservation paid him to drive from Henry County to Shannon County and meet the conservation there to let him go at that spot where they let the elk go. And then turn around, and that was a male. Then the female they caught in Crawford County, they paid him to drive down and let it go.
Peck Ranch.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that they would take them down there, and a male and a female, to reproduce more.
And then send the mountain lions after them.
After the elk. Oh, you know they're gonna feed on the young,
Yep.
or anything injured, they're gonna feed on it. Because there's not very many cattle ranchers there, it's reason.
Excuse me.
I understand the reason. But shoot, you just spent over $1 million letting out go, and then you turn around and sent the predator in there. It's not like Hunger Games or whatever that is on TV.
Yeah.
Cost them something like $1.5 million to relocate the first 30.
Yeah.
They were gonna do 130 some, and budgeted $1.3 million to do that with. We kept pressing him, kept pressing him, kept pressing. All he would ever say is, we budgeted 1.3 million to relocate 130 of them.
I think just to relocate, they trade for a lot of animals, Missouri does, they trade with other states.
Like for rattlesnakes.
Oh, they trade for everything, yeah.
First
Wolves,
time we treated one of them mountain lions coon hunting, I was
Coyotes.
probably
Mountain
19,
lion.
20 years old. And that was the
They
last
trade all
day
the
I went
time,
coon
states
hunting.
trade between conservation agents.
Yeah. We've got too many rattlesnakes. We take some of our rattlesnakes.
They always want white-tailed deer, so we sell white-tailed deer and turkeys.
Yeah.
Which
And we get
Blows my
in
mind. They
animals
use
that
them
really we
dogs to
don't
bathe
need.
them mountain lions.
Rattlesnakes,
Like that. The mountain lions
cougars.
can just kill them dogs,
Hey.
but they're scared to death of them. Yeah.
I understand they're trying to keep they know they keep the population alive better because no one's gonna hunt them here when they're out there. So,
Well, they ain't doing much for the deer population because every road I've been down, there's 5 or 6 deer dead on them
oh,
right
yeah.
now.
I see a lot of deer right there.
Been busy.
There's a lot inside the city of St. Robert and Williamsburg.
Yes.
There's a herd right over here, and it's
Yes.
gotta be at least 80 in that
Yeah.
herd. I come to an emergency service call, you know, the little white house that sits back across from your church?
Yep.
It's abandoned.
Yep.
I come through there about 12:30 at night after doing an emergency service call. And that whole yard was full of them.
Full of them, yeah. I see it
If
all
there
the
wasn't
time.
60 deer standing in that yard, there was one.
Yeah.
They were everywhere.
Yep.
Then I was
Yeah.
up on,
Yeah.
over past administration building, going up the hill. There was 8 standing in the road. One dog wouldn't even let me go by because they were kept looking at the house I was going. She feeds them.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right here, the driveway's right here, and them deer walked towards her front door, looked at the front door, and looked at the windows, then turned to walk across the driveway right beside me, then I pulled in. Then they went down beside the house and they went, she goes, oh, that's all my pets, I feed them, I put corn out in the driveway, and then along the block wall beside her house, she puts peanuts.
Which we did have.
She goes, oh, there's a pretty buck. And she goes, I think there's 10 doe and 2 bucks. One is real pretty. Where he come? I was there. He was eating peanuts. Beautiful acorn. Beautiful deer.
Teach them to be scoffers.
I was
We
taking
get
a
them
picture.
behind our house. We
Yeah.
usually get a couple of moms and little does.
I'll tell
right?
you what.
And our wood line
You
is
know where your
not
house
very-
is?
Uh-huh.
3 houses up past that, the last house up there.
Yeah, Tice's.
Before that, okay, you come back one, before that one was built. We were out looking at Christmas lights, I had the grandkids with me, we pulled up there, and they go, oh, look at all the beautiful deer decorations they got in the yard. I go, "They're real."
Those are real.
There was 2 humongous bucks in the middle of that, and
Yeah.
like 8 does standing there feeding in the yard. Catty corner to Luge's house. They were just sitting there feeding in the yard. The grandkids thought they were real reindeer.
Yeah.
We're right there
3
across
weeks.
from John Co. Diversified to where.
Yeah, that's where they're at.
Uh-huh.
That's her.
Yeah, I came through there the other day and I bet there was 30 deer in his
The
front.
guy on Sunset feeds them with that feeder in the bottom.
Yeah.
And then from there to John's Coat, across to her house,
Yeah.
there is a ton of deer there.
About 3
Well,
weeks
right when you
ago,
guys were
there was a
smoking
mother
weed up
and
there.
baby that
Yep.
came out every night, about 5, 6.
Houses down
And
the
they-
road.
they
would
just be
Outside
right between our
fence.
yard
Walk to the
and the
backyard
next
porch,
yard.
standing 20 feet from me.
Yeah.
There's a whole
Be there
perimeter
about-
neighborhood that just wanders around.
Yeah.
Every 3 to 4 days, they seem to have figured out that every 3 to 4 days, the grass will regrow enough that they can come in again.
Well, and I think our wood line.
Did they buy
out-
did they
Because
buy
for the
the
past
whole
5 or 6 years,
place next to
there's
Silver Six
always
there
a
too?
mama
All the way around.
and there's
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
a
what do I
baby.
do?
The old trailer
And
court
we've
back
caught
there.
it twice where Joe has gone behind our pool wall
Yeah.
to dump or whatever, and
I
they'll
don't
leave a
know.
little
Well,
baby
the only
there that
reason
mama
we put
supposed
this
to
in
have.
here
Turn my head around.
was when the flood hit.
Within 24, 48 hours, it's gone.
Yeah.
They can, now they can go
There's
up
a,
there,
yeah, and I think it's
but
just
they're
a
only
safe
allowed
spot
2 days.
there.
Yeah,
You know,
the
that,
flooding
you
still.
know, I mean, I
And they
don't
have to
know.
go, or they have to leave. They're only allowed to be there 2 days.
Water is kind,
You can't
they
stay.
kind of
That's how we
weird
feel
from there,
about
so
the
our house is
club.
really.
Yeah, there's a lot more
And
to
then
it.
in the press
all the
center
way
parking
back
lot.
to
Yep.
Kurt Cox's.
They just
In
come
our
out.
situation,
Fair.
we're right at the edge of the city limits, and from our house all the way to Russell Power is
So we put
nothing
all
but
them in.
woods.
Yeah.
So you can just imagine the amount
I
of
did.
deer
For
that we're
that,
dealing with.
it helped.
I'm
Plus
all-
It
turkey
helped
and all
quite a
kinds
bit
of other
with fair
stuff.
too.
There's a
Yeah.
difference.
There were
They
times
got all
that
those
we had a
electric
dozen
sewer
turkey
things.
wandering
If I
around
service it,
in our
it'd be
yard.
Take out that ball because I'm
Yeah,
gonna
maybe 8,
Yeah.
10,
I'd
12
love to
plus
have
deer
that.
was just normal.
You know what I could do with all that?
Nobody uses it anymore.
The
Yeah, that's the
baseball
difference
field up
between
there,
you and
and
me.
it's the only.
Because of that very
Now,
large
part of it
hill,
is FEMA put
leading
in-
up to our
They
neighborhood,
put some
vehicles go
rules,
relatively
stipulations on
slowly.
the lights.
That's what I told them, we'll keep the lights,
Break
we'll
up.
get rid of the
Then
fence.
If we're not for
Yeah.
that,
We'll get rid of the ball
I'm
field.
certain
We
that
use the lights.
Yeah.
Why
I
should
can see
it?
it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Cars
Yeah.
just can't go typical speeds that they
You
go.
know how
There
much
shouldn't
more
be,
and then you can
but there
have
may have
lanes
been
up
cars
there
can't go
for
much
the
over
vehicles.
25
You
without
can do a lot with it.
running various
Then you can
physical
move your
risks.
parking lot even further
So
out,
we don't
and you
have
can
a whole lot
expand
of
your building if you want a bigger
speeders.
building.
That big,
When we go
big
behind
hill
the
that we
community center
have,
there, you've got.
one side of it is completely unbuildable, and
That you
the
could
other
put
side
all parking
is
in.
dead ends for some of
Yeah.
these small roads to not so nice houses that were built
I
years
know that
ago.
Yeah.
There's some rules around the tower,
That's
the
the
radius
building.
is, you gotta be
So,
very careful.
Yeah.
Pritchard decided, I guess, he didn't want them people
You
coming
see
into the
those
neighborhood,
over by
so
that.
he deliberately built
But-
a big road in a
I
way
put
that
another
cut
road
off
in
all
the
those
community
houses,
center
so
around
there are
the
no
playground.
roads connecting to them.
They use
But
it
the result of
anywhere
that
during the
is
fair,
it's
people
turned
go
into
through
a
that
rear
parking lot, drive
paradise.
across the
Oh, yeah.
grass,
And
drive
this
in the
huge,
backside.
this huge valley that we have, we're being really. You have Highland Woods that comes up, curves